Yeah, well, Bella the wacky fucktard has made one of her stupid Anarchy videos on Vloggerheads, and I would assume that everybody here is a little too intelligent to fall for any of this bizarre Kool-Aid, the cartoon. But what the hell? I mean, if somebody was talking L. Ron Hubbard Dianetics, it would. I think somebody should make a counter argument just to protect anybody in a moment of weakness, a drunken state or something. It really is just so silly. I mean, to have to argue against something like a game that has no rules, right? I mean, even dogs can figure out that anarchy doesn't work, okay? I mean, wild wolves don't live in anarchy. There's order and structure, and that's what makes it work for them. And there's no way you can take something like human beings, especially 7 billion of them, 7 billion of them completely dependent on modern conveniences and technology, and who have a great, appreciation for things like, we've eradicated smallpox. All that is flushed down the toilet in anarchy. Okay, there's no vaccines. The people aren't vaccinated anymore. Diseases are running rampant. Human beings will be stealing and thieving from each other all over the place. You won't travel anywhere. You'll stay in your protected, defended compound. Everybody will have a compound, and the sons will have to patrol the property, all right, with their loaded guns, anybody who's doing any kind of business that has any kind of value to it will have to defend that property. The cattle rustlers will be so liberated, okay? No ID cards, no driver registration, no anything, right? So you just drive into a locality, pillage all you want, and you drive 5 miles away, and you're gone from the face of the earth. Nobody can find you anymore. I mean, it's just on so many levels. This is just such idiocy. No modern conveniences whatsoever. No gas, no electricity, anything that has to travel over property. There'd be just no way for that to ever happen. Okay, because people piss each other off. And then people are just going to say, well, you're not running your electric line over my property, and they just cut the lines. I mean, it would happen all over the place. There'd be no train tracks anywhere. If there was any train tracks, it would take like 700 years to build them, and they would go all over the friggin' place. Because they'd have to sit there and buy the property, presumably, or somehow make contracts that actually meant something. That would be durable for hundreds of years, and a DRO wouldn't change. That's their dispute resolution organization. The mafia that everybody would be part of. That would do the law enforcing. Really, it's a really interesting concept. I'm sure they'll have real good kangaroo courts in those DROs. Yeah, it's going to be like, oh yeah, the black guy did it. yeah, go find any one of them. It's fine. It doesn't matter which one. Just any old black guy will do. Yeah, hang him. I mean, it's just so ludicrous to even have this conversation. You cannot have anything. Chaos can build nothing of value. There's no value in chaos. Value comes from structure. Value comes from organization. And as for her, her dismissal of democracy, we really haven't had much time to get the democracy thing right. It's hard to do, number one, because you have to negotiate with all the people in the democracy, all the special interest, all the stupidity and ignorance like you display, okay, because we have to argue with these ignorant idiots who don't understand how systems work, and get them to come along with the brilliant ideas that exist. And so it takes a while for democracies to get fixed. It takes a while for them to run up to speed. And so, yeah, we're still doing ours the old-fashioned way, okay? We're still voting based on the fact that nobody could, that there was no computer systems, no electronics, no anything. And so it's a very crude system that forces us to vote by region rather than to vote our ideology. We're stuck voting our geography. So you fix that. You have the instant runoff voting system. I'll post a link to my other videos if links work here. I don't know. But it's just stupid. We can fix democracy. Democracy is the elegant, intelligent, logical way to go. You have a structure for the fight. You have the structured playing field. You have the fair, open fight in front of everybody. And you have a victor in the end. And until the argument changes or they get better argumentation, that's the way it exists. But what can be fairer than that? You want to go to some system where it's just, yeah, if you're cold-blooded enough, you win. okay? Because you just walk up and start, you know, get out of my friggin' way. I want what you have. I'm going to take what you have. I mean, under Anarchy, Bellas, people would just, they'd you know, they'd eat your dogs, they'd kick you out of your house, and then they'd wipe their ass with your duck. I mean, you would have, you know, you'd be sitting in some little hovel somewhere in the woods, you know, eating bugs. You know, it's just, you're so stupid and unrealistic. Life is not, you know, some kind of cartoon world where you just, you know, tie a knot in the shotgun, you know, or you know, you get shot and you just turn your beak around again like Donald Duck. That's not reality, okay? Reality has real consequences, and things have to be done in some kind of structured manner. And the fact that our democracy is only 5 years old or something, but the fact that it's still immature, okay, that it's still fucktarded and idiotic, you know, that it hasn't reached some sort of standard of where you think is a minimum standard of efficiency, doesn't mean it can't. All right, the word democracy isn't broken. The concept of democracy isn't broken. Our implementation sucks. Okay, our democracies, we put in our democracies a bunch of liars and cheaters and thieves. Okay, because of the systems that we have designed, and we can change those systems, though they can be improved, it can be fixed, and it's just a matter of people wanting to do that. But unfortunately, there's so many people like you who are just in love with chaos and noise and thievery. I mean, there's a lot of people making a living, you know, basically being an obnoxious asshole. I mean, they call people up on the telephone and sell them, you know, bricks or something, you know, and you know, that's their job. And it's okay with them. Well, so what? I just screwed some 90-year-old guy out of his pension. Well, big deal. I made enough money for a bologna sandwich. And yeah, there's a lot of people living lives like that, and that's got to change. I mean, people have to give a damn about the society. But that's why the democracies don't work, is because everybody's a selfish prick. Okay, and under your world, that selfish prickery will just be even more liberated, and you'd have no way to control any of it. It would just, you know, the lowest common denominator would thrive. Okay, and anything elegant, anything decent, anything, the meek would not be inheriting that earth. Okay, so enough said. I mean, it's not even an argument. It makes me nauseous to even have to have this argument, to even have to make the argument. You know, when you have to start, you know, explaining to people that there's no volcano god and the UFOs aren't going to come down and save us and all this other nonsense. I mean, it's just, it is so obnoxious to my intelligence to even contemplate that human beings can be this gullible and stupid. You know, it really is revolting. But yeah, so you are the problem, not the solution. The solution is in people willing to do the work of engineering things, improving things, fixing things, breaking things. That's for retards. Retards are good at that, okay? But human beings should be able to do better. And when you think of what human beings have paid to acquire the civilization we have now, what they have struggled through, to throw that all away, to throw away all that suffering, all that work, because of some fucktarded notion of dopey little girls. I mean, it just are men with girly brains. I mean, who simplistic answers. No, there's no simplistic. Answers aren't simple. Answers are complicated. All right, good ones. All right, you're just not going to find simple solutions to the dilemma of the circumstance we are stuck in. Consciousness is a bizarre thing. All right, our maturation through evolution has made us strange beasts, and to make a world that these beasts can live in and function and be productive in takes a little bit of work. And all you mentally lazy fucktards just aren't up to the task, and it's a sad commentary. That's all. It's a sad commentary on human civilization that we have birthed such idiots.